Good evening, YouTube. Actually, it's morning, because this is the video for today, which is actually yesterday, if that makes sense. I'm making the video right now, but it's already 10:45, and I really don't feel like uploading it tonight, so I will probably do that in the morning. So you guys will get two videos tomorrow, one in the morning, and then another one tomorrow night. Just wanted to pop in. 40-day challenge is going well. Happy with everything there. But I am starting on a montage that should be kind of interesting. I'm dabbling around with After Effects now, so we'll see how that goes. But I wanted to come over and go back to one of the first things that I was doing, which was reviewing the weapons in the game and comparing them to their actual counterparts. Now, I have been using the AUG a lot, so I figured I did one for the FAMAS half-ass, so I'm going to redo that one and get more technical with it. But I wanted to do one for the gun that I've been using for like the last 3 prestiges. Speaking of 3 prestiges, I'm up to 13th, and it still says that the baby AK-74U is my most used weapon, and I have not used it since 3rd prestige. So I looked through my stuff, and apparently I've got 4 different guns that are right within like 50 kills of the baby AK and taking that spot, and I just haven't done it yet, so hopefully I'll get something new to look at on my screen later. Now, back to the AUG. The AUG was built by Saber Defense, and it's a really nice contracting defense contractor over in Europe, and they do some really good stuff. So, on the first thing up, I'd like to thank Continental Arms. It's the indoor pistol range and training facility. They do short range and long range guns over in Timonium, Towson, Baltimore area. Great place. I definitely recommend it if you're in the area. Now, the AUG is the same type of gun as the FAMAS. It's a bullpup rifle, and I've never really been a huge fan of bullpups. As I said with the FAMAS review, I don't like having the magazine behind the trigger, and I really just kind of wanted this because I wanted to fire it not just because of the game, but because I saw Bruce Willis do it in Die Hard, and he was freaking fantastic with it. Now, one of the cool things about the AUG is it's really compact, and the quality of design across the entire weapon is very apparent. It's butt heavy as expected, but not overly so, and the rifle is easily balanced and controlled with the shooting hand, so I can really hold it in one hand with no problem. The forward grip is necessary, and I wouldn't recommend firing with it in the forward upward position because there's a gas from the flash suppressor is directed downwards. So you really need to have to keep the grip on the bottom, otherwise you're going to get a nasty little residue on your hands. And that's not very nice. I mean, is it uncomfortable? Yes. I don't like it because I don't like getting dirty. Even at the firing range, I really don't like getting dirty. I know that's kind of girly of me, but to each their own. I don't like it. Now, the new AUG has a new bolt release, and the AUG mags are pretty top-notch. Unfortunately, they're a bit pricey, so we're going to go with the standards and go from there. From what I felt firing it, it was a very comfortable gun, which is something that I find very rare. Now, I've got one for the Stoner, I've got one for the M16, the M14, and the FAMAS. I'm going to be doing more in-depth on those, but this one, across the board, was my favorite one so far to fire. Now, ergonomically, the only major issue I have is the proximity of the charging handle to the scope mount, which has really sharp square edges, and that's really the fault of the scope mount, not the rifle. A hollow sight with an integrated Picatinny mount would be really ideal here, but if you didn't want to adhere to the space age aesthetic, flip-up iron sights would work just fine. Other than that, the gun is fantastic. I've never had any problems with it, and it works very well, especially for like an Austrian gun. The AUG comes from the same company that built the ACR, the Advanced Combat Rifle, and it is one, literally, when they say Advanced Combat Rifle, they literally mean Advanced Combat Rifle. The AUG also was a, God, it's old as shit. I think the prototype was like 72, 73 when it was first designed. And it has definitely came a long way with its evolutions over the years. One of the things that I don't understand about the game that's different from the AUG is the magazines on the AUG are 30 or 42 round box magazines with a 650 round per minute rate of fire, which is a bit different from what it is in the game. Now, in the game, they do a great job of depicting this weapon comparatively to the FAMAS. I'm going to use the FAMAS as my basis for comparison here for a lot of these guns, because I really don't feel like the FAMAS is even close to what the real life counterpart to it is. The AUG, however, is almost dead on. Has a little bit of recoil, as if you open up on the trigger, it doesn't just go straight up, it kind of jumps in every direction. And that's really what's going to happen if you're not using the grip. But if you see me running around right here, you're always holding that grip, and it's always on the bottom, which is exactly where it needs to be. That's where you get the steadying. Now, one of the cool things that I like about the game is I can hip fire with it, and that is pretty much exactly what it does. There's really no difference between hip firing it, because you hold it against your upper arm when you hip fire. It's not just like you're holding it loosely with no backing on it. So there's really no difference between holding it on your shoulder and holding it on your upper arm when it comes to actually firing it. I don't understand why in the game you're a lot more accurate when you're holding it on your shoulder and aiming down the sights, because you generally have a scope for it. It doesn't jump as much in the game. And one of the things that I notice is even when I'm holding it, there's still a little bit of jump on the gun. So I guess that's something for the manufacturer to look at, but overall, it's a solid one. It's got a gas-operated rotating bolt, uses a 5.56 millimeter NATO round, or a .223, depending on how you want to look at it. Technical specs, it's an 805 millimeter with standard 508 millimeter barrel. It's about, let's say, 4 kilograms, tops, 4 or 5 kilograms, probably lighter than that. But one of the cool things that I like about it is that they're evolving this gun too, and I really like the bolt system. I know that might sound weird, but the bolt system is a lot more fluid than what I see with the M16. And they use that bolt system when they evolved that into the ACR, or the Advanced Combat Rifle, which you see in Modern Warfare 2. Now, Modern Warfare 2 is one of those games that it's got a lot of guns that I could go and do this on, but it really needs to stay with Black Ops for now, and I might go and do some guns over on those games if you want to see what guns there are. I know I want to do the EBR just because the extended battle rifle is not a sniper rifle, it's an extended battle rifle. And I really think that one needs to be clarified, because a lot of people don't know the difference between the EBR and a sniper rifle. They learned about the EBR as a sniper rifle and thus assume that it is a sniper rifle, which it isn't. So, all of that's well, everything else is going well. This gun rocks. I definitely recommend the AUG in every game type. Silencer with hardened works wonders in search and destroy, and extended mag works great over in everything else. Oh, that was one of the cool things. Sorry, random thing. The ejection port for the ammo is ahead of the magazine. So with the FAMAS, you have to actually hit the side to pop the ammo out, or the clip, whatever. With this one, it's on the bottom of the rifle ahead of the magazine. So you can actually use your free hand to pop the magazine down without having to reach over it to do it. Now this makes it a lot more sleek and a lot more comfortable, and to top it off, a lot more effective for use in the field, especially since you don't have to worry about getting shot in the ass while reloading. You can really reload a lot quicker with this. I did a speed test on that, and I probably, let's say 4 seconds to reload it, 4 or 5 seconds, compared to the 8 or 9 with the FAMAS, so it's almost half the time that it takes to reload a FAMAS. And that 4 or 5 seconds does sound like a lot, but that's the difference between getting a bullet to the face and killing somebody. So if you get a chance, hit up your local firing range and try firing some of these guns. It might not make sense just hearing about them being fired, but if you fire them and you feel it, and once you feel the gun, you understand why it does what it does. And I'm really glad that Treyarch got this gun pretty much dead on for its actual counterpart. So look for more of these videos. If there's a gun you want to see me review, hit me up on that. Happy gaming, everyone. Sorry I didn't get this up last night again, and I will see you all on the battlefield. Have a great day. Look for another video coming later.